Joining me now is the new president and CEO at NUAIR, Craig Marcinkowski. Craig, good to see you again. Thanks so much for joining us. Appreciate it.
Thanks for having us.
So the first question, what's the goal of this? I'm kind of calling it, I think maybe it's, I don't know if it's the official name or not, Next Gen Aviation Program, essentially, right? Like, what's it all about? What are we looking for?
So the EIPP program, it's eVTOL Integration Pilot Program. So this is a chance to take those flying taxis, which you would call almost Jetson type vehicles, and prove out use cases in certain urban areas or more regional type of applications, and we were one of 8 in the country to win this designation.
Wow, so pretty exclusive. Yeah, let's go through. You kind of mentioned the air taxi. That seems to be certainly an eye-catching one for sure. What does that mean when we say air taxi? Like, where would that get you? What would be the idea? What would be maybe even test around here?
So for the EIPP program that we're part of with the Port Authority, the air taxi missions or use cases, they're exercising those down in the New York City metro area.
Okay.
So think of Manhattan into JFK, like a vertiport there. NUAIR is more responsible for the upstate New York missions, which are more cargo delivery partnered with the airport. So think moving cargo in and out of the airport, maybe with certain local key suppliers that want to make sure that they can move it quickly and safely.
Gotcha.
And then there's also regional mobility, which is a little different than an air taxi. Think more maybe moving people from Syracuse Airport to Ithaca Airport.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Interesting. You mentioned Port of New York, New Jersey. They're the partners on this?
So they are the lead.
Okay.
They are the proposal lead. NUAIR was really the proposal lead for the upstate portion. So our EIPP program was quite expansive, covering New York City area, upstate New York, and Vermont as well.
What kind of expertise, because we said off the top that NUAIR is really key to all of this, especially for the upstate part of it and with the Syracuse Airport. So what is it that NUAIR brings to the table that maybe helped be one of the 8 areas to be selected for this program?
So having focused on airspace integration for the past decade and Central New York being a leader there, obviously we lead on the regulatory side, so a lot of work with the FAA and others on airspace integration, but there's a number of partners on this project too. Ithaca Airport, Syracuse Airport, we helped bring that team together. Syracuse Airport's been amazing. They're one of the first places in the country to work with the 174th and have Reaper drones on the airport there, and they also have an advanced air mobility plan in their 5-year strategic plan, one of the first in the country to present that to the FAA. So they've been a great partner, and NUAIR's really brought that group together.
Sure, and yeah, I guess when I say NUAIR, there is often an umbrella to it that they kind of bring everybody together. How much is just that traffic management part of it so key to all of this? That basically you're able to, and some of the partners again, able to make sure these things are not bumping into each other in the air.
That's a perfect segue. So another key differentiator capability that NUAIR brings to this program is the low altitude air surveillance picture that we've been deploying and refining over the past decade here in upstate New York. So that low altitude airspace picture, radars and other sensors, that's something we can feed in to make this as safe as possible since it is a pilot program.
Like any of this, people always want to know when am I going to see some of these machines up in the air? What would you say is at least a basic timeline?
Yeah, so 8 of these programs have already been awarded. The programs are just kicking off. They're about 24 to 36 months. So you should see flights happening here by the end of this year, early next year. And those are experimental pilot flights to start, but end of the year.
Would you even say, we kind of talk of you'll see, is it like figurative or like literal? Will we really notice it? I mean, the Reaper drones of the 174th, you can kind of see those and notice those. Will we even see any of these tests, do you think?
These will be flying at altitudes that you'll most likely be able to see, yes.
Oh, okay. Small plane size, or are we talking like those prime air kind of drones? Like how big we talking, would you say, roughly?
Depending on the use case, these are more of the air taxi size vehicles.
Okay. So will there need to be any infrastructure upgrades or even building to support this program around the region here?
We believe there'll be infrastructure enhancements and upgrades. It is a pilot program, so what goes in could be temporary. For the start of the program, since we do have all that great low altitude air surveillance infrastructure already, we'll leverage what we have, but there obviously potentially be other infrastructure needs that we identify and that we could roll out later in the program.
Last one, maybe 30 seconds left for it. I mean, you've been around this for a long time, this sector. How exciting is all this?
This is very exciting. First off, to see the regulatory push. You know, the federal government is really behind this to set up this type of pilot program. You'll hear some people saying, oh, the FAA has been slowing us down over the past decade. They've come a long way, and they've been great partners, but we also have the safest airspace in the world for a reason. So they want to make sure things are safe and secure, but they're also leaning in with these types of pilot programs, and we're really excited to be part of this.
Awesome, Craig. So great to have you in here. I know we'll definitely be having you back again. Thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
Download the WSYR Plus app on your TV to stream News Channel 9 for free. Just go to your smart TV, search WSYR Plus in the App Store, and download to start streaming today.